nurses, welcome back to my channel. This is RN Sakshi. In my last video, I have discussed about what kind of questions come into your Nclex RN exam, including bow tie, matrix type, fill in the blanks, which cover about your 0 to 1 scoring, which is partial credit score system. In this video, I'm going to put reflection on plus minus scoring, including some question formats. So stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, nurses, so let's get started about plus minus scoring. So here you can see on the screen that plus minus scoring means your negative marking in simple terms, right? So let's get started with first category of our question, which is multiple response or select all that applies, set our questions. So what the question says is, like, this example shows a SATA item with 3 keys. 3 keys means in this question there are 3 answers, the 3 correct answers, right? So if like you can see over here that our example shows the candidate selected all 3 keys and 1 distractor. So 1 distractor means that 1 option is incorrect, and 3 keys means that 3 options are correct. So therefore the score for this item is plus 3 for the keys. That means if the candidate marked 1, 2 and 3 answers correct, that means he got plus 3 points, and minus 1 for the distractor. As you can see on the screen that this option is wrong, so that includes minus 1, resulting in a final score of 2 points on this item. That means 3 correct answers, minus 1 for distractor, which leads to your 2 points. This is how Nclex calculates your score. So the penalty of selecting a distractor is implemented in this area, right? So here if you require an overall viewpoint, that means 3 options were correct, in which you gain 3 points, and 1 option was incorrect, in which you gain minus 1 credit point, which leads to 2 total points. That means computer will say that okay, this candidate have accumulated 2 points in this question. So like it's not like that in the old Nclex you will get nothing, right? So if your one answer is wrong, your whole question is wrong. But the good thing about NGN is that it will give you partial credit for each and every question. Okay, moving on to our next subcategory, which is your matrix MR. So here you can see that we have an example. So same thing, this is also a question including matrix, right? So matrix we have discussed in our prior video that there will be a question like this. For each assessment finding below, click to specify if the finding is consistent with the disease process. Like these are your assessment findings. We have to find that is this assessment finding related to bowel obstruction, appendicitis or ruptured spleen. So here you can see that each column must have at least 1 response option selected, right? So here we can see that the candidate have marked this incorrect, right? So this was all over wrong. So the candidate will get nothing in this one. He will get 0 point. Then pain level, in this second column we can see that he have marked 1 and 2 correct options, but this was one wrong, right? So here again, according to the plus minus scoring, there will be only 1 score point gained in this item. Then we have bowel pattern. In this he marked again wrong, so nothing will be scored in this item as well. So here we can see that 0 item in this one, and here only 1 score, again 0, and here he marked nothing, so again 0, right? So total overall he will get 1 total credit in this question, because he marked here 2 correct options, but as because of negative marking he will be only getting 1 credit score over here. So next we have this grouping item. There are some questions like in which you have to select, like they will say for each body system below, click to specify the potential nursing intervention that will be appropriate, right? So here they have not mentioned that like only you have to select one. Like in fact they have mentioned each body system may support more than one potential nursing intervention, so more than one can be answered, right? So here we can see he marked both of the options correct, which leads to 2 points, right? In the respiratory he can like we can see that he marked one option right but one option wrong, which will lead to 0 point. And in the cardiovascular, here he marked two options correct but one option wrong, which will also lead to 1 point. So in here, overall, he will get 3 points in this overall question. So this is how that your plus minus formula works over here, just like negative marking. So you will always get 0 point for your distractor, which means your incorrect response. So this is quite simple, but you should be familiar with this process, as it will be more easier for to you, like how the Nclex scores, right? So you cannot be unfamiliar with this thing, that okay, how I am getting scored, if you are practicing through any software or you are challenging exam, like you are just giving mock assessments or something. Then the last category we have over here is rationale scoring. So this is very simple, guys. So here we can see the rationale scoring rule is applied to items assessing a paired information, concepts that require justification through a rationale. For example, a nurse must perform action X because of Y, right? So here we will see the example. I'm just not running into the each statement. So here we have example which says the complete the following sentence by choosing from list of options. Client is at highest risk of developing as. So we have to select any of one of the options from this one. Evidenced by the clients, any of these options, right? If this both options will be correct, you will be getting full credit of 1 point. If any of these one options will be incorrect, you will be getting no credit, as we have already discussed about the plus minus scoring. So here you can see that one option was correct, which leads to 1 point, but one option was a distractor. So according to negative marking, you will get nothing. So plus 1, minus 1, which leads to your 0 point, right? And then same here, no credit if your this option was wrong but this option was right? Same thing, minus 1 plus 1, which leads to 0. So overall you have to understand that thing, that you must be answering those questions correctly. So in rationale scoring, your both options should be correct, right? So don't just assume that okay, if my one option is right, then I will be just getting that partial credit system. So this is how computer analyze that how well the candidate is doing, and he will like computer will be throwing you the questions based on your confidence of doing the questions. So this was all about just a brief introduction about how the questions come into your exam, like what is matrix type, what are multiple response, SATAs, bow ties. And next I will be making the video on case studies. So there will be 3 standalone case studies as well. So first I will be discussing about standalone case studies, that how the standalone case studies look like, and then I will be discussing about the full case studies, which comprises of 6 items in one question, right? So they will be coming 3 case studies along with 16 questions. So we will be discussing that, and I will be also presenting the full format, that how many standalone questions come in your first 85 questions, and then after that if you reach 150 questions, then how many standalone case studies and how full case studies come into your exam. So stay tuned and just share, follow and subscribe my channel for upcoming more knowledgeable content. Thank you for watching.